Welcome to your doom.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
I'm just saying, like, I thought this would be a good topic to start on. And what is your position on eating people?
My position on eating people?
Yeah. Like, we were talking about Alive. We'd gone through
I mean, like how long has it been? Like, is it between, like, breakfast and lunch? Like, I'm like, or is it like
saying
a survival?
to kill to eat? No,
Yeah.
it's to survive. Like, do you have a big hang up about it?
No, I would eat whatever.
Yeah.
I would hope that people would eat me too.
Yeah,
I mean, like, let me die of natural causes.
Yeah, don't draw straws.
Yeah.
It's not slowest.
Yeah.
But I
got like juicy cheeks too. Like, I get carved up nicely, man. Like, I think I'd be delicious.
You think that'd be the selling point?
I think I would actually probably taste like Jim Beam.
Yeah, like, this guy's aged in bourbon.
There we go. Age 43 years.
Yeah, no, the whole eating people, like you said, just don't draw straws, don't do it. But I always just thought of it like, let's say it's a heaven afterwards. Like, if I'm dead,
oh yeah,
and then there's a line, and you show up behind me having starved to death.
Yeah, like,
I'm gonna call you stupid.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I'm done with it. Just
something that always stuck
bring
out.
my femur to my mom.
Something that always stuck out to me is I remember in The Walking Dead, like, it was, I don't know, like season 8 or something like that. But they came across those people that were eating other people, right?
Yeah.
And they said they're like, it always stuck out to me, and it made me think about it. But they're like, oh yeah, like so and so prefers to eat women because they have an extra layer of fat for childbirth. I'm like, oh shit, like.
I guess it's bad to have a preference.
Yeah, that is weird. But I am kind of curious. Like, if you were to do like a Pepsi challenge, like the long pig, like, does long pig got dick or puss?
I'm sure. Oh, to see if you can tell.
Yeah,
I think a man would be much more obvious.
Just tastes like
It's the same way. Whatever the equivalent of if there was like a veal equivalent. Welcome to Non-Essential Podcast.
I think you're talking about eating babies now.
Yeah. I guess that's the real test. Would you let it?
Would I eat a baby?
Long pig in a blanket. Would you?
Long pig? How about a long schlong? No, I would. I mean, like I said, like I would definitely have to be
baby back ribs.
Baby back ribs. Yeah. Anyway, this is YouTube viewers. This is episode 131, and you'll notice that we got a little artsy with with the sign here.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Adam. Jackson Pollock's it a little bit. My name is Jake Bussey.
Yeah, I'm Attic Pollock Riley, and that's a little bit of foreshadowing that you got there. So,
because it's my favorite time of year.
Yep, this is the end of the year, which means that we're going to be going over some pretty sticky stats there.
Yeah, I hope people think I'm talking about Christmas or New Year's. It's none of that.
Yeah.
Once a year, I turn into like an accountant. And because Pornhub releases all their yearly facts, and we get to dig through like what's the new trends.
Yeah, basically, we all give Jake our beat off 1099. I think.
Yeah. I check the return. So I have a ton of facts. I figured I would just sprinkle them in throughout the episode, rather than just giving them to you all at once. But I wanted to start off with
just give it to me all at once.
Like, this is my favorite thing. Like,
that's one of the searches.
I should have made it into a game, but it's like, what do you think the new trend would be if you had to like they basically Pornhub listed the trends that define 2023.
Okay. Submarines.
Oh, that would be a good one. Going down.
Subs and doms. Yeah. Exploding doms. No. Oh man. Like, have you ever seen where they'll do like the advent calendar almost of like the meme of every month?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, that was only 3 months ago that we talked about Bud Light or something. You're like, what the fuck? So yeah, I don't know. Like,
if I give you a hint,
let's hear it.
I would blame the Golden Bachelor.
Oh, is it like a geezer pleaser?
Yeah, it's like it's okay. They called it the Golden Age, which I would have went Lemon Party. So it said mature search grew by 77% and became the second most popular category among men, and fifth among women. And
I mean, that's weird, right?
Yeah, it's number 2 worldwide was defined by like searching for old.
Can I just say this? I think all you have to do is just like Google search it one time. And you're like, yeah, that's not for me. Like, I don't think you gotta watch a video of it.
Yeah. But so it was led by the term mature cougar. And the thing is, I do think it's a Golden Bachelor. I do think it's a little bit of that. But what I actually think it is has to do more with inflation. And young kids out there are looking for stability.
Yeah, they just got to get used to it. They're like, listen, I need a sugar mama.
Yeah, they're angling a 401k. moving adjacent to it in the water.
I got to get in on that wheel.
Wrapping their head around it. Yeah. It said MILF became the second most popular worldwide. Also, DILF.
Hell yeah.
Do you need help with DILF? We all know what DILF. All right. And muscle DILF, which I hate, grew by 71%.
Muscle DILF?
Muscle DILF.
What? I mean, can you elaborate? Because I think I know what it is.
Dad, I'd like to fuck.
Yeah, I understand that, but like just a beefed up daddy.
Yeah, muscly.
Oh yeah.
So not dad bod. I'd like to fuck.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Yeah, that's not a debilf.
Yeah. And granny, fuck granny. Like granny. Can you imagine putting in? Wow, what am I gonna do tonight, granny? No,
yeah.
132% higher, and gilf 169% higher. Which
and I hate that gilf could be grandpa or grandma.
I don't think there is a gilf. There's not a gilf for me. Yet.
Yeah.
I got to age into it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you what. I mean, I've realized that there are grandparents my age. I'm 43. Maybe I'm a gilf. I'm not a grandparent.
This is your fault.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. I was surprised by this. I guess.
I do hate all of it, though. Thank you for wrecking that.
Take us out of this. I'll go back into more stuff. Okay. I got the second trend later. So
you have the second trend?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm going to go right into this. Okay, this is going to be a bit related to the sign that we have going on here as well, right? We'll theme it here, but this is actually from listener Tony, our fact checker.
Okay.
Now you've heard the phrase like a fool and his money are easily parted. Right. Now, over the years, we've talked to listeners as far as like different ways they've got little side hustles and ways they can make money.
Sure.
All right. Well, this next one is not illegal, but it's kind of like in the gray area, I think, of ethics. Okay. But is born out of like the despair known as like male horniness, right? Which is like, fellas, right? That's why you're Googling gilfs sometimes, I think, right? So anyway.
A lot of profit to be made off that.
But I have to tell you, like, this is I'm going to walk you through this, but this is like borderline, like, evil genius, in my opinion. Now, a guy, he was explaining, Tony, he sent me the video, and it's this guy, he's explaining this Twitter account that he came across, right? And it was, and the Twitter account.
You mean X.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I dead named.
Everything has to
I
be
just
like,
dead named Twitter.
It's like Prince, it's like formerly Twitter or whatever they have to do. I see that. But yeah, X.
I just dead named X, sorry.
Yeah.
So anyway, with that being said, this guy, he was explaining this account this X account that he came across, right, where they were seeking a sperm donor for her friend.
Okay.
All right. Now, the sperm donor, there were requirements to it. Now, you had to be, verify your race, your vaccination status. You need to also for the insemination, it needed to be natural, right? You weren't going to be beaten off into a turkey baste or anything, right?
So far, so
good. Yeah.
Okay.
So AKA you're boning down, and it's like an attractive lady. So now the donor did say that they wanted to have multiple children. So part of the contract is that over a span of 5 years, you had to naturally inseminate this particular person, right?
Okay.
All right. And it was kind of almost like a casting call, like, all hands on deck. If you'd like to apply, let us know. DM this X account.
Slide into the DMs.
Slide in, right? So again, and I just want to say too that it was kind of like exploding, right? No pun intended. Yeah. But obviously they had a flood of just like bricked up dudes that were just like, I'm assuming, like typing out the message with their boner, right?
Sure.
And now all asking to apply. And I don't know a lot about like Twitter or X terminology, but I said that there were 4 million impressions, which I'm assuming that means that it reached at least 4 million people.
Right.
4 million. Do you know this?
Well, it's not as many as my whale dick that's going nuts on Instagram still, but 4.2 million.
Yeah.
I think it just means
you hear him flexing like whale dick over here.
Yeah, I'm starting to give
you sound like such a dork, man.
I'm giving advice to people. You want to grow? Have you tried drawing dicks on whales? So yeah, impression.
I'm upset you didn't laugh more when I said dork. Yeah. So anyway, now one of the someone finally got the whale dick joke. Thank you, Ryan. Okay, so anyway, so one and I lost my spot. Okay, one of the stipulations was to apply with a full genetic mock-up, to make sure that you were breeding requirements. Okay. Now, of course, that kind of information can be easily done through companies like 23andMe, right?
Sure.
So, and I know what you're thinking. You're like, where's the scam? Where's the crime part?
I got a theory.
You have a theory?
I'm just like,
okay. Well, I don't want you to wreck it. Just in case.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. So now, while the Twitter account, the X account, would then ask all these horny dudes to click. They would be like, "Listen, we need you to verify, that you are who you say you are, and that you have the genetic makeup that we're looking for, right?
Sure.
For this particular donor." So they would send them like a 23andMe link. Like,
I have a new theory now.
What was your old one?
My old one was this was 23andMe selling tests, but now I got a new theory.
Okay. All right. So now with that link referral, that meant that Twitter account got $20 for every contestant who did the testing.
Oh, okay. So
right?
This was a 23andMe.
It wasn't 23andMe, but it was somebody that found out that you can get $20 for every time someone, like if you send like your referral
This is
code.
brilliant.
Thank you. Yeah. It's fucking great.
What I was starting to think I was starting to think this is like when you win the VCR, but you got to go to the police station to get it.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to solve some rapes.
Yeah. So. That's funny. Okay, so now the guy who broke this story did a breakdown. He said, "I'm no math expert, but 4 million impressions, thousands of guys, $20 a pop, they cleared at least $20,000.
Good
right?
for them.
Now the company they aren't sending you like a crispy $20 bill, right? Now they obviously they have to give 23andMe, they'll give you like a $20 gift card.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, for example, like I remember my dentist would give you like a $25 like Woodman's card, the grocery store. So that was like I understand the referral concept there. Now and there is no limit as far as how many people that you can refer. So
they made loads on this.
They made loads. They really did.
Went balls out on this one.
Yeah. So listeners, there's your new side hustle. Find a place that gives kickbacks. Don't use my dentist because they're great people, right? But find a place that gives kickbacks for referrals and do a little math. I've got you can do like a referral plus like horny desperation divided by dipshits, and then there's your equals easy money.
This is smart. We should do this. Like Non-Essentials Podcast, we can set up an X account.
we
can
go.
Find a lady, take photos of you.
Yeah.
Put it out there.
Can it just yeah.
With that face, exactly.
Ladies, please. Yeah. Any volunteers? And so I mean,
we'll give you a cut.
So clearly this Twitter account holder like saw the referral link and thought that meme like there's got to be a way to make money off this.
Yeah.
It's just too good, So.
It's brilliant. It's thinking on his feet. I mean, honestly, it's no different than like I've seen OnlyFans accounts that are purely AI generated at this point. It's like a guy.
I was just going to get ready to say that.
Uses AI to create the body, the profile, and even like hooks ChatGPT up to these people talking to it, giving it money.
They don't even know it. Yeah.
I think they kind of know it. They're like, I don't care. Yeah, I don't feel lonely right now.
Snapchat AI. Well, that's my concept there. It's like, dude, man, you can like, if a dude is like horny enough, you can probably just milk him.
They didn't even get ripped off on this because it was just a referral. Well, I guess they did the testing.
Yeah. They did. And to be fair, a
couple guys probably found out they had like a genetic disorder that they were getting. This is healthy for them too. This is
actually,
a good scam.
what I really hope
over like people stealing from grandma.
Here's what I really hope.
I got scammed from wood the other week. So
what?
I got scammed on Facebook Marketplace because of wood.
Really?
Yeah, I was buying wood.
So you're trying to get wood?
I was trying to get wood. I didn't get. What had happened was like I put it out there, and immediately I had 2 comments that recommended the same person, and I'm like, oh, this is people recommending them.
Sure.
So I went with them, and then like something was screwy on Cash App or whatever. First of all, it was an old lady using Cash App that should have been red flag 1, but this is my mistake. That's when I'm like, wait, and I look back and I'm like, these are fake account recommendations. The one was like, just got 4 cords of wood, enjoying my wood so much, delivered so fast, such good wood. I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot.
Wood.
I was cold. So I needed it. No.
Yeah, desperate times.
Yeah, so it can happen to anyone.
No, I know. I think that's great. That's super funny.
Yeah.
I hate that you got scammed. Sorry, but like, yeah. Speaking of wood, you got another Pornhub fact?
I do, and then I have a good story from Christmas. So we're just gonna go real quick. Second trend. This one wasn't as fun. It was just the term bigger, like bigger anything.
I'm out.
It's just bigger. Massive was up 91%.
I will say this. I do think that it's pretty funny because I remember like maybe like a year ago when you were talking about Pornhub stats, you said you just like to type in two, as in TOO.
With 2 O's.
Yeah, and then see what autofill's like.
Just like
He wants the excess.
like God grabbed the wheel. I'm here
What
for
is it?
excess.
Too what? Too big?
It might be too many gummy bears. I don't know.
Too many gilfs.
Yeah, it's just I don't want an appropriate
I
amount.
think one gilf is too many gilfs, by the way.
Yeah. The last thing I'm looking for is a proper serving.
Family of 4, no thanks.
Yeah.
That's a...
So just go right into the third trend too. Third trend here, which was weird. Sex machines went up, and mostly it was like cosplay involving androids, up 1,600%. And all I could think with this is just the fallout of like AI, ChatGPT.
So what's Android cosplay? Just like somebody pretending they're like a robot?
Yeah, robots.
Trying to get some input?
I imagine it's actual machines in some cases.
Yeah,
like
my man.
You know, people get like duct tape and a sawzall and have a knife. So, like,
oh man. Or I'm just trying to think of like how that would. I mean,
I think it's ChatGPT driven. It's like this year AI has got so big, a lot of people are playing around with the idea of like they have all sorts of like have a girlfriend app, you know, and it's probably working for some of them.
Go out and have fun.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah. Do your phone's just hot later? Like what, baby?
Yeah. And where do you want to eat?
No, it's fine.
No, not there. Where do you want? No, not there. You pick.
Yeah.
Not there. You pick. Not there.
Keep trying to get
oh
her-
my God, this thing's broken.
Yeah. Keep trying to get her up. She's like in sleep mode.
I have a headache.
Yeah. That port open from the back though?
Yeah. Not there.
So I wanted to get a good story because I knew it was just going to be Pornhub facts. I'm like flipping past
Just
graphs
like
that I have.
Greasy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this was a Merry Christmas. So this happened a couple days ago. It was a sports bettor did a $5 wager on DraftKings, and he saw a 14-player parlay come in, and basically he picked 14 players that needed to get a touchdown. And I'll put the video up too, but you could see it in his face. It was like the last touchdown score in the last $5 bet turned into, I think it was $900,000 off a $5 bet just watching football. It was $600 after taxes because Merry Christmas, Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
But
isn't it weird that the IRS is able to win the lottery every time?
Yeah.
Like that's
Well,
the chances.
I saw another one. Do you see that one where the guy went all his life savings on a roulette table and he's like red or black? And they're like, normally we wouldn't do this, but because of the spirit, we'll let you. And he put it in, and he got red, and he won. And I was like, that's great. He risked 100% to get 70.
Yeah, he's like this. He's like, I won. All right.
That's what I mean.
I'll unload this.
Yeah. What do you got back there? Just a gun and a bullet.
Bullet. Well, he needed one.
So that was my Merry Christmas to this guy. Like it's pretty neat to see a guy's life literally change. And he also watches enough football to be like, make sure there's no flags, because it was like his buddies were all freaking out, and he's just like, I saw it in his eyes. It's like, please don't take this from me. I will literally die if a fucking yellow flag pops up at the bottom of the screen. It would be one bullet again.
Yeah. I mean, or just I think I would just run towards anything sharp.
Yeah. I would cut my head off with the shattered TV.
Okay, so now, listeners, something I've been doing lately, I've been trying to make sure that Jake can connect with his children. Do you remember how I've been doing that?
In the 131 episode?
Yes, we're going to have you connect with your children with a cum-filled episode here.
Okay.
All right, so now we've been working with Jake over his, we've been getting you up to speed as far as with slang.
Oh, of course,
right?
yeah.
So are you ready for your slang word today?
Of course.
Right, so
get it, gizzle.
So for new listeners, and I apologize, old listeners are beating their heads against their phone right now as I describe how the game works. I'm going to give Jake a word. He's going to have 3 chances to guess which one is the real one and the 2 are fake. How's that?
Sounds great.
All right, so here we go. All right, Stan.
Stan?
Stan.
Like the M&M starter guy?
All right,
that was our generation.
There you go. All right, this is a new term.
Okay.
All right, so number 1, abbreviation for Afghanistan, i.e. NAM, Vietnam. He just got back from Stan. Be careful with the fireworks. Number 2, an overzealous or obsessive fan of particular celebrity. Jake, I know you stand for Elon, but pump the brakes a bit.
Okay.
Number 3, speculated Stan Lee approval rating crafted from Reddit community sentiment. I'd give Black Panther 2 stands up, but Captain America was definitely 2 stands down.
Okay. I'm going to go with the second one because I think it's an M&M thing. Number 2?
Oh, fuck you guys all. All right.
I was surprised. Like, honestly, I'm like,
how did you get that?
Well, that's the stand.
I thought for sure you'd be like, that's some old shit.
Well, no, for what it's worth, I do hate how this generation gets lazy. They're like, you can't use any slurs, but we'll turn people's names into slurs. I thought they were doing that. Like, Karen. I know Jake is something. I don't know what it is. It's something.
My favorite one is Bussy.
Yeah, that one means
Jake's
boy
last
pussy.
name means boy pussy.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so
the guy from State Farm.
All right, so here we
Boy
go,
pussy.
guys. The origin, because you guys all suck. All right, first coined in 2000 when Eminem dropped a twisted allegory in his song called Stan about a man who was pushed to the edge when his idol wouldn't answer his fan mail. This word was added to the dictionary in 2017.
That's impressive.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Like 2017, dictionary was like they're like,
can we just call it Eminem instead of Webster at this point? He's the
Yeah.
only one reading it.
yeah.
Like,
Well, speaking of the dictionary, do you know what chemosignaling is?
no.
I'm gonna-
It's like
I'm
a
gonna-
cancer term or something.
It
like that.
does. Well, because of chemo, right?
Yeah.
So again, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So obviously, listeners like roast me, like toast my salad if I'm not saying it correctly. But I do want to say like this next bit is called "Why Don't You Cry About It?" Okay. Now, if you don't know what chemosignaling is when it's the thing where you pick up like one another's like sense or whatever through olfactory taste, for example.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think of it like pheromones. You've heard that term.
Sure.
Okay. Now, it's a subconscious way of communication between most species of mammals. Now, you've heard of like where like a dog can smell your fear, right? That's
Yes.
an actual thing because your sweat smells different when you're scared, right?
I think
Now,
the dog's like, oh, fuck, he's working out again. Hey, he's jacking off.
that's my dog. He's like, that's the fourth time today. He's jacking off in dog ears.
Yeah. Oh, he's afraid.
1 to 7. That's the ratio. So anyway, some of that DILF, but it's dog. I'd like to fuck. What?
That's a really good chemo signaling.
Yeah.
Dilf.
He's watching that.
I'm gonna go paw at the door.
Yeah. You go outside. All right. Oh my God. Let's steer back out of the rocks here.
Yeah.
And into the rocks. So, all right. So evidence has emerged that humans might be influenced by unconscious messages sent through each other through chemosignaling, right? In
I've
body
always
odor.
kind of felt that way,
Okay,
except for
right.
the Porky's movie where the chick liked to smell the locker room jocks. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
that might be part of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
So
like almost like an
now-
unconscious, like, and
Okay,
pheromones.
so I have a quote for you here. It
Sure.
says researchers found that after smelling women's tears, men experience reductions in aggression by more than 40%, as assessed through levels of aggression behavior and their brain activity. The scientists say this may extend to all human tears.
I've always thought that women use tears as a form of fighting.
Thank you. I mean, yeah, we're going into it. But
Okay,
but
so where it's like I knew the fight wasn't over. That didn't mean I won. That meant I feel bad.
Yeah, that like I like how you got caught doing something poorly, and now I feel bad because you're crying. All right, cool. All right, so anyway, so
Yeah, you proved your point too hard.
yeah. So
Go
like
toast your salad.
Yeah, so
for
this is-
listeners, you missed the whole thing where for some reason in Russia they toast salads instead of toss them. They don't toss them. They toast them. Leads to a lot of confusion at Olive Garden.
yeah.
So,
Just sometimes lightly toasted is better.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So anyway, so with if it's heavily toasted, it's burnt.
yeah, that's
Right.
how they become croutons. It used to be bread.
Yeah. So anyway, is that the bread lines they're talking about
Yes, that
in
is
Russia?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, so now I wanted to joke that. Man, we have gone off.
We're
Cut
fine.
This fucking shit.
We're fine.
Okay.
It doesn't even do that.
So anyway,
it's like a Polaroid.
so we're going. All right. I'm gonna read the last part of that sentence.
Yeah.
Scientists may say this extends to all human tears. Then my next part that was supposed to be funny but you wrecked it is that this could be the new pepper spray for self-defense. Just like spray, just spritzy people with tears. So now, and here's the other quote, is that these findings suggest that tears are a chemical blanket offering protection against aggression, and that this effect is common to rodents and humans, and perhaps other mammals as well. Go ahead, yes?
That does remind me of something. And if you were to reference back to an episode we did with Sasha Rosser, she who's brilliant
Brain scientist.
Yeah, brain scientist. She did say that like there's a very large chemical difference between tears caused by laughter and tears caused by sadness, like a striking amount. So
Yep, I'm going into that.
oh, okay.
So no, There you go. So we knew that, and again, I'm going with quotes here. We knew that sniffing tears lowers testosterone, and that lowering testosterone has a greater effect on aggression in men than in women. So we began by studying the impact of tears on men, because this gave us a higher chance of seeing an effect. In order to do the study, they had to harvest the tears of 100 women aged 22 to 25. Right, and honestly, all they had to do.
What a job!
I know. Seriously, just bring it by me and make them listen to my jokes for a couple of minutes. They're like, I'm out of here. So anyway, now they couldn't just get any tears. Okay, this is where actually we're going with where Sasha Rosser was talking about. Oh. They couldn't just get any tears, right? They couldn't just have like cut onions or something, right? They had to be emotional tears, okay? Because apparently regular tears smell different than emotional tears, as what you just said a moment ago.
Well, I 100% believe that, because like you said, cut onion tears happen, but anyone who's had real tears recently, like, it's not something that is immediate. It's something that is overwhelming at a point. So I imagine it's somehow chemically driven.
Right. So and now they got 25 male volunteers to play a video game that was developed to make you angry. Right, it was literally like
Call of Duty.
Well, it's funny you say that, because I wanted to say, like, which for me would be any game online right now where you play middle school kids where they teabag you and talk shit.
It really is terrible.
So
out
it's
there.
like honestly, and I was just saying this, I was like golf and online video games are the same to me. To where you ask me, I'm like, oh, I love it. It's a great time. And when I'm playing, I'm like, I fucking hate this.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you guys. Like, I want to go home. And sometimes I'm home and I still want to go home somewhere else.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, so they did a control experiment where men were smelling the tears, the emotional tears, or smelling just regular, obviously, saline solution. Right?
Sure.
And, I mean, they look the same, but just smelling them different. And the aggression dropped by 43.7%. If they smelled the emotional tears versus the saline.
That's super interesting. Like, I mean, we all know we're all connected, but like being connected at that level
in ways that we didn't even know, right?
It's
now,
fascinating. Actually. Like,
and it is even just humans. Like, it actually said that like in non-humans, I mentioned like rats, earlier, but subordinate male naked mole rats will cover themselves in teary secretions to avoid attacks from dominant males. Like, talk about your ultimate bitch move there.
That sounds like the most Jerry from Rick and Morty thing I've ever heard in my life. Like,
That's a good one. Yeah. So here's another quote for you: the tears of the target of domestic violence may do a little in reducing the aggression, right? Because they're kind of like, well, why isn't like this wife who's getting her shit kicked in by her stupid fucking husband?
Ben Stein, dry eyes.
Yeah. dry eyes. So anyway, so the tears of the target of the domestic violence may do little in reducing aggression by the perpetrator. And why does the chemo signaling not work in these circumstances? The scientist was saying.
Stuff he knows.
Okay. So the social context of crying is massively complicated, and I suspect the reduction of aggression is just one of the many potential functions of the tears, right?
I think that's extremely interesting, because I wanted to ask the audience, like, honest question: do you ever think you've smelled tears?
I haven't.
I don't. Like if you were to ask me, do tears have a smell? I would say no, but it's interesting they have like a very measurable effect. So that's
very measurable.
Super
Like I said, 43.7%. I mean that's almost half to me.
Exactly.
And so but I honestly, like, of course my brain went like, I know a lot of people lost their sense of smell in COVID. Like, do you think that? No, and I'm not even trying to make fun.
You're talking about like spousal abuse went up.
Yes, like it wasn't just like locked in because of like the lockdown, but it's just like, oh, I can't smell you.
The wedding ring should be made of zinc.
Oh man. So anyway, but honestly, like tears, and I'm sitting there trying to think of the situations that I've been in where I'm having people. The crying game, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Dude, I saw that.
I have so many Pornhub facts.
Side tangent.
This is really interesting.
Side tangent. I saw the crying game and that scene when I was in 6th grade. And
so you didn't know what that meant.
I do. I didn't like it. But anyway, I wanted to say that the tear concept, because I was trying to think of like, okay, scenarios I've been in where like, someone's crying. they either work very well or not at all on me. And I can't really decide because the best way to describe it is, remember in American Psycho with Patrick Bateman when he's like, I've assessed the situation and I'm going. You know, and he just like dips because she's like weeping.
I would counter it to where it's like it
either works so well that I'm like, I'm out.
That's what I mean. Like I would agree that like I've never wanted to work out after a funeral. Because you're saying if it like lowers testosterone, lowers aggression, maybe there's like an unconscious. That's what I'm like baffled by. So where it's like I don't smell tears at all.
Yeah.
But maybe if I measure like when I am around sad people, I do generally feel like womp womp.
Yeah.
And maybe
fair enough.
that's interesting that it could be smell driven.
It just lowers your testosterone.
I do know, you know, and everybody knows this fact.
That's why dudes
like,
got to hang out with dudes, man. We don't fucking cry.
Like the olfactory system is most closely tied to memory. And essentially, that is because, like, I think the olfactory system actually is your first sense that forms when you're in utero. It's like fully.
You just smell your mom's pussy?
Exactly.
That sucks, dude.
Exactly. And you're bummed about it. Yeah. So, anyways.
I remember being bummed about it now that you said
So, anyways, back to 2023 Pornhub facts. I just want to say 2023 Pornhub facts. Let's pull us out of this sad subject.
Yeah.
So, by far my favorite graph, which will be right here for the YouTube listeners, is the United States map where it has out over each state is and so it's defined by the term more often in each state when compared to others. This doesn't mean it's the top search term because the top search term is like it's like obviously this year MILF for some fucking reason, and
I gotta tell you by the
lesbian is by far and away the number one.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I think trans is going to catch up to that because when you really think about it, trans porn that's like 95% less guy.
It was a 5% that kind of like
yeah, but for some reason you got two people narrating.
Like, yeah, I don't need to sit there and be like, dude, she's got a bigger dick than me.
Yeah.
I don't need that thought going through my head.
Emotionally caring and can smash. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyways, this is so like I want you to shout out a state and I'll give because all of them are surprising to me. But again, this is the more often search term when compared to other
Utah.
states. So for Utah,
can I guess?
Yes.
Mormon.
It's 100% Mormon. Like it'll be for listeners. I'll try to zoom in. It's Mormon. Like here, I'm not kidding with you. Right there.
I was trying to be funny.
Mormon, Utah's. Let's go. It's got to be the weirdest state. You ever see the drinking thing with the entire America, and then Utah's like a black hole?
Okay, I gotta be honest with you. I did the peak next to Utah, and I just have to say for listeners that Nevada, Vegas.
Vegas.
We're just talking about capitals now.
Yeah,
or big city.
Which is weird to me because I'm not sitting down here like Madison. You know, I'm not thinking about like how they're getting smashed.
Ashley Madison.
There you go. I'd be more like Uper or something.
Yeah.
So at any point, anyone's curious, yell a state out. I'll hit you with a fact. Wisconsin. Swingers. Yeah. Swingers.
Sounds about right. Huh.
Which
goes back to Vegas.
Which it's honestly like my mom listens to this podcast once in a while. This would be the one that like she listens to, but my mom's one of those ladies that genuinely love the pineapple.
Can you explain pineapple to new listeners?
So
please?
for pineapple, it became this like an upside down pineapple basically meant like, hey guys, this is a B&B for swingers.
Yeah, and who wants to bang my wife?
Like I had to like explain like, hey mom, you can't have pineapple stuff.
They're great.
Yeah,
I love the tropics.
It's like the same way some people like the look of flamingos, which probably means something too. She just generally was like there'd be pineapple decor, and it's Wisconsin. It's fucking cold. Gets to like -20 at times. Maybe she wants to think of something tropical, or maybe just maybe they're hiding something from me.
Okay, hold on a sec. I think that for the next episode, you need to look up and see if anything is nefarious with penguins.
Oh, yeah.
Because his mother loves penguins.
I got grounded by a penguin when I was growing up. It was the weirdest thing. She'd go into penguin, full voice, penguin, ground me. I'd be mad at her. She'd be like, why are you mad at me? The penguin grounded you. I'm like, you have a whole senile world. You're ready to slip into like a warm bath.
It only gets worse, too.
Like, yeah, one day she won't have to make a move at all. They'll just... So, and I'm right on her tail.
All right. What? Name another state, guys. New Mexico.
Native American.
All right.
Which?
Yeah, why not?
Tracks.
Oklahoma.
This one, sex dick. Like what? Honest question. Has anyone ever even formed those two words
I don't
next
know
to
if
each
I've-
other in a sentence? I've never said sex dick once.
I know I'm gonna say it a lot now.
yeah, you got one of those sex dicks. It's more of a piss stick.
Happen to do. Happen to have one myself.
Texas, creamy. I hate it. Creamy. Which, that one, I can't think of a good reason for. So throw it out. Creamy. That's what, there's no, I'd be like, BBQ would have made more sense.
What's BBQ?
Barbecue.
Oh.
I'm saying like Texas.
Oh, I thought it was something else. I don't know what BBQ is.
But I'm just like creamy.
I was thinking BBW.
Oh, that is someone. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll find it. I saw one of them.
No, it's gonna be a Northwestern.
Oh no,
Midwestern.
sorry. It wasn't.
It was BBC.
It wasn't BBW. It was District of Columbia was big ass cop.
Hell yeah.
What?
You're under arrest. Spread them.
Big ass cop.
Oh yeah.
Like for what it's worth, later in Wisconsin, it'll go up 0.001%. Big ass cop? Question mark.
Oh
okay.
man.
Yeah.
All right. So
I got this up. Just let me know.
Right.
Hit me with a state when you're bored.
All right. So have you heard of car thieves? Like stealing your vehicle from your driveway. I know that we have a police officer in the audience. Have you heard of this? Where they can steal your with little to no effort, they can steal your car from your driveway. You heard about this morning. Okay, so don't give it away. All right, so they've begun to use a relay devices, right?
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? They're equipped with an antenna and a relay device. What it'll do is it'll capture and amplify signals from the key fob inside the house.
Yeah.
All right, so a key fob, and obviously, it's a proximity thing.
Right.
So your key fob is constantly emitting a signal at all the time, right? And that is why, like, as you get near, it unlocks the door, or you just push the button and it starts up when you're inside the vehicle.
Right.
So this antenna, what it does is it amplifies, it extends the range of the key fob inside your house to signal out to your car in your driveway, and then all they have to do is, like, one guy just walks around like he's got a divining rod looking for water.
Sure.
Right? And then he just walks around, and then the other guy keeps trying the door until eventually he's like, oh, it made it. It opens up, and then it tricks the car into thinking that the legitimate key fob is right nearby. All right? Now, this relay device, it captures the key fob signal and
the overlap of nerd and gangster is getting impressive.
No, I mean, like that's, honestly, like, it's pretty smart. Like, it
kind of reminds me of there was the old thing where they could copy your garage door code. If they captured it, it's kind of the same thing. They could essentially clone the signal. Is that the same thing they're doing
I
here?
think they're almost, I don't think they're so much cloning it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're not so much cloning it as they're just making it bigger.
Right.
To where your car thinks the key fob is a foot away.
Sure.
Because they're just amplifying it, So the relay device captures the key fob signal and transmits it to another device held near the car, effectively replicating the presence of the legitimate key fob. Now, this method is often silent, goes unnoticed, enabling the thieves to start the car and drive away without even a physical break-in or even triggering the alarm.
Sure. Can I ask an honest question? Do you guys like the key fob? I know it's.
I like it.
You do like it?
I've got one with and I've got one without. And honestly, I'm so used to the one with, and it's a pain in the. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Right, but I'm in the opposite to where it's just like, to me, the key was just like the key fob holder at a point. Like, I still need to be in the car with the thing to start it, so why not just blip blip? It's smart. It's
the nice thing with the key fob too is you can't really lock your key in your car.
That's true.
That's a good one.
That's true.
Now this method is. I'm sorry, I already said that. So the car owners can protect themselves, because I figure I might as well tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
Now the car owners can protect yourself against such attacks by using signal blocking pouches for key fobs, or inside your house. Which, granted, I know it's a piece of pain in the ass, right?
Yeah.
But I almost said piece of ass. That's probably one of the Pornhub searches, right? Yeah. So, but you can use a signal blocking.
I'm looking. It's not Ohio. Ohio is small dick.
I'm moving to Ohio.
Why Ohio? They got too many big screens? They're like, I don't like seeing that.
Yeah,
I want
a much smaller one.
Like, honestly, I'm gonna look up small dick porn. I'm just like what's going on with this?
Oh, you just flick it.
Yeah, is it more of like a confidence thing? It's like, I already live in Ohio. I don't need to feel worse. Please give me some small dick porn. All right, so anyways, what do you do to stop these key fobs?
There you go. So you can use, again, thank you for asking. So you can guard yourself against such attacks by using a signal blocking pouch for your key fob, while it's in the house.
Sure.
Or keeping them in a metal container, which is...
Oh, okay, yeah.
The way I was thinking of it is like I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. I've read about it only like in books because I like to read a lot of like post-apocalyptic shit, I think it's Faraday cage. Okay, so it's a Faraday cage, but basically, if there's like one of those like a electromagnetic pulse, like an EMP attack or whatever, right?
Sure.
If you have your phone in a Faraday cage, it can't like really. Is it just copper, right? Around like inside of like a metal ammo can.
For what it's worth, like, is there the opposite of that? Like, can I install something in me where if there is a pulse, it kills me? I don't want to live. There's like, I read these apocalyptic books too, and I enjoy them, but there's points where I'm like, I don't want to live. I just like if that solar flare hits it, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to have to like grow my own food. It's just like, kill me. Yes. You know what, buddies, come eat me. We just listen to the live podcast. I'll be your food. It's fine.
I mean, at this point, Jake just wants to make sure he's still contributing to the small dick searches. And
well, you know what I'd be most worried about is I'd be like, I'm worried they'd mess up my fat contact with a woman's. I'd be like,
oh man, this chick's titty's great.
This is a sinewy, long,
hairy though.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, oh my God. So you put them inside of a metal container to block the signals when in use, or thus preventing the relay attacks.
Sure.
Now, honestly, like I don't ever have like nice vehicles.
Yeah.
So like in my opinion, now I don't want to say like the reason why I don't is because of the the reason why I don't is because of fucking money. The reason why I don't have it is no, I don't have nice vehicles because I can't afford them, right? But I secondly don't have them because it's like, dude, if somebody wants to take my 2007 Prius. Enjoy that fucking tape deck, dude.
That's where I'm at with it.
It's because it comes stock. But I thought that was pretty interesting though. You can actually for YouTube viewers you can set up
I'll look into it
because I've seen just CCTV where they're just like walking around.
Sure. So Molly, my mother, she's one of the ones that has the Kia Soul. And I'm sure you've heard about those too, but apparently those are so easy to break into with like a USB code that my mom has a fucking club, which I love borrowing her car because like you have to lock the club on it. I feel like I am in the 90s again with a Kia Soul.
No, I like it. Yeah.
But the best way to not have someone break your vehicle is just get a stick shift.
Yeah, for real. Honestly, like I have that Wrangler and like I don't think anyone's gonna
I've seen anti-theft devices that were just things you put there that look like a stick shift.
Really?
Yeah, and people look at it, they're like, I've seen videos on YouTube where people break into a stick shift and the car doesn't move for a while and their buddies come out of the other car like, what the fuck's going on? And no one knows how to drive a stick shift, so they all just like leave.
I love it. That's funny. All right, so Washington.
Sensual sex. Yeah. Which is just
like with kissing?
This is the opposite of my thing. When I put in two, this is sensual sex. That's the last thing I want to see is like
too sensual.
Yeah. No. Like they're looking for looking for the opposite of this. I want not sensual, and that doesn't mean rough. That just means not basically like the front of a Woodman's novel.
I feel like too sensual wouldn't even have penetration.
Too sensual would be someone
would be like gliding along the sniz.
Yeah. Right? Too sensual would be someone would be asleep and feel better about their mother at the end. It would be horrific.
Yeah, you got there. Michigan.
Bondage. Which I get it. You guys are bound by water. You're completely surrounded.
Louisiana.
Oh.
Crocodile.
I got to wind up for this one. Big black dick. Which is pretty progressive for the South. It really is.
Oh, man. Yeah. I feel like you guys are getting a glimpse into my Google searches.
Yeah. All of their neighbors are awful.
Let's hear them.
Mississippi is furry. Of course. All right, which, fine. Alabama is fingering myself.
Fingering myself to a furry big black dick.
Yeah.
That's a tri-state area.
Yeah, and let's look. Here's the thing. We're in between creamy and furry. So let's go north. Let's go to Arkansas. Let's go to the Bill Clinton country. They for some reason looked up more than anyone else, ass to mouth.
Maybe they're just trying to find an ATM machine.
That might be the best joke of the night.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give you a little cheers.
All right, I'm out.
Yeah.
Got to end on a good one. It's been 1:31. No, okay, so do you want to end on a catfish?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
All right, so listeners, this is going to follow the same algorithm.
Before we end, let's just stick with the Pornhub facts. And like, I'll put it again for the listeners. This is always the funniest statistic to me, but it's this top 20 countries by traffic. And I mean,
let me see. I can't see. It zoomed up. Fucking wrecked it.
No. Oh wait, there is more categories. I forgot about that one. But
really good radio, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, we're the top?
USA.
Hell yeah.
Like, we over double the next. Like, if you were to add the next 4, I think.
Oh, we got streaming. We stream.
Honestly, what's interesting is I think.
I know I contributed to half of that.
In most of these statistics, the only one that's on our heels is Japan, and I'm like, this is just like baseball, except Japan is so much
take
smaller.
Our American pastime.
Yeah. So it is the way we pass time in America. So.
Seriously, hell yeah. So, sometimes you got to take the day off to J off.
But
all right,
can I do the last fact if we're going to end it?
Yeah, let's hear it.
This is my favorite Pornhub statistic, and it's the most consistent every year, and that's the most viewed gay categories. And this is why I'm suspicious.
Oh wait. I remember. Is it the same as last year?
Yeah.
Straight men?
Straight guys. Every single time, the top looked up category by gay guys is straight men. So I'm on to you.
You always want what you can't have, man. I get it.
Listen. We're not that far away. I recently had to sneak downstairs, take half a bite of cookie, drink a little bit of milk. I'm basically a gay man.
Sprinkle some cinnamon.
I had to make footsteps in the shape of ash. This is gay. Merry Christmas.
I'd like to think that you weren't even doing it as Santa.
No, this is 23rd.
There you go. Okay, so I have to ask you before we end it, because I want to end on a catfish here, but I need a couple more Pornhub stats. Anything Santa related?
Nothing Santa related.
No.
But again, that's it's got to be the whole year average. So just yell some states out. Let's get it started. Georgia ain't doing well here.
Peaches?
Georgia's Ebony Solo.
Again, I think that might be my.
Yeah, that's pretty progressive.
Arizona.
Car sex.
Hell yeah. Just put the back of a Volkswagen?
Anyone raise their hand if they've entered any of these terms?
Okay, Ryan again is the only one laughing.
Yeah.
If Tony was here, he'd be laughing at this too.
Tony would be laughing at this too.
Is this sex in a car or with a car?
Yes. Right? Either way, someone's getting it in the tailpipe.
Anyways, if I'm a betting man in the car, but Indiana, chubby, Illinois, ass eating. I just saw Tennessee's. I didn't see Tennessee's before. Tennessee's is giantess.
Oh, like a giant female giant?
Yeah, giantess.
Like a lioness?
Yeah, like giantess.
All right, I see that.
The fuck, Tennessee?
Oh, yeah.
Connecticut, double vaginal, but that feels like they're freeways. But New Jersey, Turkish. Delaware.
Wait, which side of Turkey, though? Because is it the European or...
Probably the Europeans. Okay. I imagine. Delaware College, because, that's a money state.
Sure.
Maryland, Glory Hole. Maine is thruple.
Can I be honest with you? The thing that's confusing to me about a glory hole is that,
North Dakota.
I don't have that much trust.
Yeah.
I
can't even hang my feet off the bed when I sleep.
Yeah, I'm definitely not hanging my dick off.
Yeah. North Dakota, loud, wet sex.
All right.
This was confusing though.
I mean, that's better than the opposite, quiet, dry sex.
That's true. So Wyoming is goth, which I don't get it all.
Dusting up.
Goth? Yeah, goth is I think that'd be like a Maryland thing.
That's
with,
just spooky.
Edgar Allan Poe. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just spooky banging.
Yeah. California Asian stepmom, whatever. Very progressive, I guess. There's listen, if you want, go to Pornhub. They have it was in the insights, I believe it was. It's under all the fun stuff. And have yourself a ball. West Virginia, nip slip.
Okay. I'm kind of curious as far as by country.
As far as
are there a top? Is there a top American?
Well, American by a mile. Philippines number 2.
Yeah, but I'm saying what's the top American search?
Lesbian.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Lesbian,
yeah,
like that's been
again.
like the number
I think
one.
that Rory's in. Yeah.
Well,
I think we did
what
that.
it is it's like lesbians.
That,
what it is like I don't know why we don't hang out more. Like we agree women are.
Dude, I just got a
awesome.
Subaru, man.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh yeah, you did.
That's
the only thing we all agree on. Women are great.
I always do. I'm tucking all the time. Yeah, I'm part of it. All right. So, do you want to end on a catfish?
Yeah, of course.
All right. So, all right, listeners. So we're gonna end on a catfish here. 2 lies and a truth. You guys have to figure out which one is the real one. All right. So, there's the theme here.
Okay.
Get off my stage for charity, hosted by Steve Wilkos, throwing a chair throwing contest.
Who's Steve Wilkos? Oh, Jerry Springer's
bodyguard.
Yeah. That's Steve Wilkos? Okay.
Yep. All right. At least the dwarves are real. Ex-staffer drops bombshell on Jerry Springer's alleged scripted spectacle. Number 3.
Okay.
You are the father. Maury Povich declares to Denver Zoo orangutan.
Okay, so the theme is daytime trash.
Tabloid shit.
Yeah, my favorite thing.
Got catchphrases here. I'll read them again.
Yeah, please.
Get off my stage for charity, hosted by Steve Wilkos, featuring a chair throwing contest.
Okay.
Number 2, at least the dwarves are real. Ex-staffer drops bombshell on Jerry Springer's alleged scripted spectacle.
Okay.
Number 3, you are the father. Maury Povich declares to Denver Zoo orangutan.
I'm going to go with number 3 because I believe Adam picked something that I truly want this to be my retirement job when Maury retires.
You want to fuck orangutans and get them pregnant?
No, I want to be on stage. I want to play God. I want to give paternity tests to poor individuals. And, so I'm going to go number 3. We got a 3. We got a 3. We got a 1-1. We're not going to go until you... She's flipped me off. So,
that's 1.
Okay.
All right. All right. This actually just happened December 2023. And initially unsure of which orangutan was the father of the baby primate. The Denver Zoo decided to have a little fun with the results and turned to the paternity announcement. The guru himself, former daytime talk show host Maury Povich. So, yeah, you got it.
I hope so much. I know it didn't happen, but I wish it was a whole episode where the orangutan was ready to dance.
The other chimps are doing backflips. What? Like the one fucking orangutan with their tits out going like, I'm 1,010% sure. Like, remember, because we've discussed it, the higher the percentage, the lower the percentage.
That's the brain lying. Like, no, I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Like if honestly, if it's not an if-then statement, if you're wrong once and you still don't know, congrats. You have a cool social life.
Man, do you remember that chick Paige?
Yeah.
We've talked about her quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think she was on the show like 4 times or 5 times.
It was more than that. I thought it was 6. Because I always laugh because she brought a guy on for the 6th time and she still was giving him shit for not believing her.
Yeah, seriously, that chick's she was the whole book. She was not the page.
Yeah.
So anyway, this has been episode 131.
It's been a good one.
Real
been
gross
a great
one.
Year.
Real,
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Real ropey one if you look behind me at the just drizzled.
Go to Comedy Cafe. Holy shit, seriously though, actually I think I'm on a show there next week on the 4th of January where Nathan's going to be hitting me with some questions. But again, if you haven't been to the Comedy Cabin yet, please go get some tickets. Go have a great time. It's fantastic. And Nathan, sorry again, it fell so far back.
And my name is Adam. Sorry that Jake dropped the ball with your promo, Riley.
I'm Jake Adam dropped the ball with your promo, Riley.
Yeah, we can't take responsibility for our own actions. Later, boners.
Bye. Go toast your salad.
Go toast your salad. And play some chess.
I'll bring in toasted salad for everybody next time.
I would love a toasted salad. I would absolutely love.
Actually,
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.